So my daughter, right? We went to the park, and we took our dog with us. And she was like, "Yo, Ma, can I give the dog some coffee?" And I was like, "No, you can't give the dog some coffee. What, are you retarded?" So we're all walking around, right? And she's like, "Yo, Ma, look, it's Starbucks." I'm like, "We already got coffee. Why do we need Starbucks? That's all they sell there, right? It's coffee and tea." So we keep walking. She's like, "I want some ice cream, Mom." I was like, "Alright, I get you some ice cream." And then I see Tony. I'm like, "Yo, Tony!" So me and Tony start talking about taking out the trash, you know, like killing people and stuff. I turn around, the dog's laying down. It's not breathing or nothing. I'm like, "Yo, why is the dog laying down?" "Ma, what's wrong with the dog? I gave the dog some coffee." I was like, "What are you, retarded? I told you not to give the dog some coffee. Now I have to go home and explain to Frankie that, like, his dog's dead because my daughter's retarded." Yeah, and then after that, we went to Walmart. And I was like, well, maybe if I get him some Starbucks coffee to make in a coffee pot, he'll be alright. So I go up to the lady. I'm like, "Yo, lady, where's your Starbucks coffee at?" And she's like, "What?" I was like, "Where's your Starbucks coffee?" She's like, "Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "You know, your Starbucks coffee, you put it in your coffee maker and you make it." She's like, "Nah, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Ugh, forget about it. I'll find it myself." So I go and I'm looking around, right? And I found the Starbucks coffee. It was in the coffee aisle. Go figure. Forget about it. So I buy him some coffee and I go home. I'm like, "Yo, Frankie, my daughter, she gave your dog some coffee." And he just like, that was it. He was just done. So I had Tony take him out, to the trash. Well, Frankie gets up and he's like, "What are you, retarded? Why'd you let your daughter give your dog some coffee? You killed my dog. I want a new dog, right?" I'm like, I'll get you a new dog, Frankie. Just calm down, alright? We don't need to be mean or nothing. Because my daughter's still around. I mean, she's retarded, but she's still there. So the next day, we go to the pound, and I'm like, "Yeah, I need a new dog." And they're like, "What? You need a new dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, my dog had fleas. I had to get rid of it. I need a new dog with no fleas, right?" So they made me pay him $50. I mean, right, $50 for a dog? Shoot, I could find one of them on the street for free. So I went to the bar, right? We're at the bar dancing, and I'm dancing with Frankie, and then Tony comes up. He's like, "Man, let me cut in." And Frankie was like, "No, man, you can't cut in. She's my Kool-Aid." I'm like, "Frankie, he just wants to dance. That's it, right?" So Frankie kisses me. He's like, "See, she's my Kool-Aid, right?" So I'm dancing with Tony, and Tony kisses me. Oh, man, that's where it all went down, right? Well, Frankie comes up, and he's like, "Tony, that's it. I'm taking you out, like to the trash, And he takes Tony out to the trash. My bad, too many guys in the story. It's like, "I told you, man, that's my Kool-Aid. You can't touch her. She's mine." And Tony's like, man, I'm sorry. I drank too much, right? So, they come in and he's like, "Well, she started it." I'm like, "The hell I started it." You know what I'm saying, right? They're trying to blame me because I'm the girl. And they're like best friends and all. So I went to Tennessee. And my friend there, she talks like this. "Y'all come back now, you hear? Hey, Sierra, let's go up to Starbucks and get some coffee." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go to Starbucks and drink some coffee." I mean, right? It's my favorite thing to do. So we get our daughters and our son and we go to get coffee at Starbucks. Well, then these people are in there and I'm talking to her, just talking like my normal self. And she's sitting there like, "Yeah, we all went to the mall the other day and I bought us a fried chicken." I'm like, You bought yourself a fried chicken at the mall? Shoot, at our mall we have guns, Guns and hats and clothes, and we ain't got no fried chicken there. "Yeah, we went down there and we got us some fried chicken and some corn on the cob." I'm like, "Well, let's go have a hoedown, So, these ladies come up and they're like, "How do you two know each other? I mean, you're talking like you're from Brooklyn in the Mafia." I'm like, "Dude, I am from Brooklyn. I ain't in no Mafia, though, I have Tony and Frankie and Eddie and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, but how do you two know each other? Because she's all talking like with this hickish accent, and you're talking like you're in the mafia. I'm like, dude, will you stop saying I'm in the mafia? I ain't in the mafia. And she's like, yeah, you are, man. I'm like, whatever, forget about it.